AFTV got Nicky here from West Ham Fan TV. Nicky, right? What?
Not TFT, Tottenham. No. Oh, sorry. I was just checking.
He's trying to be funny now, you know what I mean? At 2-0 down, you know, was you thinking to yourself, I was
going to go home. I was going to go home. I swear, when he put the second one in, I thought, fucking fuck. If I weren't doing the fan cams, I would have been on the train. I swear down. After that 2-0 down, I thought this is going to... And I said this in the preview. I said 2-2, I'm hoping for a 2-2, but after them two winning, I thought this is going to be... I was looking up the record Premier League score. I was thinking, what's the record? It's like 9-0 or something, you know what I mean? And I was thinking, but I've got to give it to our boys. Our boys put it in. But I've got to say this, right? And I know it's not going to be a popular opinion. I've told you about Ramsdale, man. He cost you 2 goals today. 2 goals. He was well out of position. Did you see the penalty? He was over by the 18-yard box. What was he doing? Like, you know, and I think you've got to get a bit complacent, you know, a bit complacent.
Very, yeah. I mean, every Arsenal fan that's been coming on today has been kind of reflecting that, you know, 2-0 up, there for the take. And even then, we get a penalty, which we miss. I mean, was you thinking when we missed that, it's going to be your day?
I knew there was still work to do, but you know what I did see in the penalty, Rob, right? I see Jesus had it, and he took a penalty last week and he scored it. And then he handed it over. And when they start doing things like that, it's undecided. They're arguing between themselves. Let me wrap this one up. And you shouldn't do things like that. Whoever's got the ball, just put it down, put it in the back of the net. Argue about it after.
I'm wondering if it's one of those things where, you know, you've seen it recently where one man takes the ball. So if there's any little mind games towards him, and then he just hands it to the other person who hasn't had that mind games given to him. I don't know. But Saka has been the penalty taker this season.
Fair, but Jesus has had it. You know, Jesus has been out. He scored one last week. He had the ball in his hands, put it on the spot. Previous week, sorry. Put it on the spot, take it, score the goal, wrap up the game, argue about it after. You know, I don't like all this, let me take it. To be honest with you, and I'll be totally honest, Saka was anonymous today. He was nowhere. He was, you know, he got the better of Cresswell a few times, which you're going to expect it. But apart from that, you know, he went missing. And it's all about mindset. Jesus was on fire, I thought. I thought he was one of Arsenal's better players. I thought he scored that early goal. He was causing all sorts of trouble. Then he takes him off, which I thought was baffling position to put Jorginho on. And yeah, I think you've shit the bed today, Rob. I really do. And I think that, you know, when you look back at the end of the season, I think this is the one you're going to look at and think, that's the one where we could have won the title. And
what about your boys then? I mean, massive point for you guys though. You know what I mean? Especially morale boosting, coming from 2-0 down. As you said, you were about to go home, and then, you know, a massive turnaround and a lot of character and heart shown by West Ham.
It was a lot of character and heart shown, and I think once we started pressing, we've obviously identified something in the centre of defence, because I don't know if you noticed, but every throw was a long throw. There was always every single one. So they've obviously identified something there.
We kind of dealt with it, to be fair.
You did, but they've obviously identified something there. Antonio was back to last season. Bowen I thought was fantastic today. You know, he was causing all sorts of trouble, and that's what we need to see. And that's what it's given them. Now there's no excuses for this team, because we've seen there's heart, there's fight, there's desire. We've still got some quality in there. When we started playing, Paqueta, I thought, you know, when he started picking up them balls and he was spraying the balls around, I thought, well, you know, that's what we wanted to see. We want to see a couple more goals from him. And to be honest, towards the end of the game, I thought we looked like the more likely of winning it. But it's one of them, that penalty, that Saka penalty is a sliding doors moment. I think that's the one we're going to look at. We may look at it, you know, if you tuck that away, I think the game ends 4-5-6-1. But, you know, we come from that penalty, gone straight up the other end, scored a goal, and somehow we've held on. You know, miracles do happen.
And you said held on, you're going to survive?
I think so now. Yeah, I think so now. As I said, there's a lot of work to do. We need to take this result, and this is what we haven't done in a lot of games. We need to take this result, be positive in the Bournemouth game. Moyes, do not shit the bed in this one, mate. You know, just go there, attack them. We've got the quality, you know, believe in the players. They've believed in themselves. They've shown you today. Maybe it will spark something in. But I think we'll be okay now. Yeah.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.